What's good, Tano, and welcome. Previously in Warframe, we did Garuda Prime build up for level cap. Now, the Exalted Weapon rework happened, and we need to update her build to take down level 9190 and Steel Path enemies in Warframe. But first thing first, let me show you her performance. Whoa, that's very powerful Warframe, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Much appreciated, Tano. As always, before I build my weapons and my Warframes, I rely on my method, DBS. Now, if you don't like my methods on how I proc viral, none more strip enemies, it's okay. Check the sheet right here. It can help you maneuver around my methods to find your own style. Now, next thing you need to learn is shield gating. Now, in Warframe, not like any other game, when you receive a fatal blow, you don't die. You lose your shield, you enter gate phase, you become invulnerable. Duration 2.5 second cap for 1150 shields. What is technically shield gating is a way of surviving. You return your shield before the gate and vulnerability finish, and enemies then will hit your HP and you're technically dead. Next thing you want to learn is melee influence. Melee influence is an arcane, very powerful one. Check the sheet here. It will help you a bit understanding how it works. Also, please stick to the comment guideline so everyone can benefit, new channels or veterans. So it's a very constructive feedback. Let's go. And as always, we take beginners friendly approach. Starting with her kit. Passive. Garuda damage temporarily increase with each enemy she kills to maximum of 100%. Also, when you remove your melee weapon, she activates her prime talents close, and that's her exalted moddable weapon. Simple as that. Now, her first ability, you rip the life of one enemy, you create a shield that will absorb damage, and it scales indefinitely. Means you can go even damage cap with this. Okay, simple as that. Now, you can reactivate it and keep on and on every time you target an enemy and do with it. Now, Dread the Ward is the augment for it. Become unkillable for 8 seconds when Dread Mirror kills a target by ripping its life force. Simple. Blood Altair. Impale an enemy to an altar of talons and siphon health for Garuda and her allies. Easy to understand. Blood letting Garuda sacrifice her health to generate energy and clear statue effect. Now, this, my friend, is, in my opinion, the best ability in her kit, as every time you tap this ability, you will sacrifice your health and you get energy. Now, you sacrifice 50%, you get 40%. Really good stuff. Now, it doesn't have, it has an augment called Bloodforge. Garuda equipped weapon is reloaded up to 100%. If you plan on going with like guns, ever meaning. Seeking Talons is her fourth ability. Charge to expand the targeting area. Release to send Garuda Talons carrying towards each targeting area. Surviving enemies are prone to slash status. Easy to understand, not complicated, her kit. Now, got an augment called Bleeding Talon. Tap to perform a 9-meter AoE around Garuda. Garuda's Talons gain 100% additional combo count chance when hitting target affected by a slash statue. Really nice, but low to mid game. How you play her? Very simple. You activate Dread Mirror, Seeking Talons, and Blood Altair to impale those enemies to get your health, and then Bloodletting every time you run out of energy, and then you're just gonna be like boom, 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 taking everything down with her Talons. Simple Warframe, but yet very powerful. Now, starting with the Archon Shard build. Remember, Archon Shards are always depends on what build, what synergy, what helminth. They are something that you can decide for yourself, alright? Don't take this as written on stone. Starting first, 1 Tau Forged ability strength, 1 Tau Forged ability duration. That's that. Of course, you can run them 2 Violet Archon Shards for critical damage on melee weapons, and you got enough energy to cover that, 912. Now, the 2 Emerald Archon Shards are optional only if you're planning on, let's say, armor stripped enemies with your weapons that built with corrosive. For example, the Cedo, or you're going to be using Compressa, or you're going to be using Epitaph, or Nuker, or whatever. Otherwise, if you have another solution of armor stripping enemies, you can just take them off and change them with Violet Archon Shards for melee damage. Now, Tau Forged the Amber Archon Shard for casting speed, simple as that. Now, previously, in the other video, we did a Gloom build, and this is it. Now, this time we're going for Nourish, Brief Respite. On ability cast, squad converts the energy you spend on that ability to cast will be converted to shields. So, for example, this one will consume 100, this one will consume 50, this one will consume 25, and so on. The third one will consume your health, and then it will give you energy instead. So it consumes your health to do that. So now, Molt Reconstruct, heal yourself and allies within affinity range, 6 health for each energy point spent on the initial casting of the abilities. Very amazing, and it fits her well. Of course, you can remove it and equip Energize for more energy and so on, but I've tested it. Molt Reconstruct can fit in here without any problems. Otherwise, you can equip Arcane Fury, you can equip Molt Augmented, you can equip anything you want, okay? It doesn't have to be Molt Reconstruct. Now, Fortitude, Strength, Negative Duration, Strength, Rolling Guard to cleanse yourself from negative stats and bad situations, Primed Continuity for duration, Primed Redirection for shield capacity to reach the 2.4 seconds, and Vigilante Vigor and Fast Deflection for shield recharge and minor shield recharge delay, and Arcane Aegis on shield damage, 3% chance for 30% shield recharge for 12 seconds. And this is the only way and the only shield recharge mechanic that you can do while you're taking damage. That's why Arcane Aegis is really powerful. Now, Primed Flow for energy max, and we're running 912. Running Nourish as a helminth to proc viral on enemies with our Talons, and or any other weapons that we're going to be using. We get extra energy as well, and any enemies attack us, they will get hit with apparel as well. Now, for her Talons, go straight forward. This is for light and this is for heavy. I will provide you with both, guys. Vermilion Storm, Dreamer's Wrath to activate Tennokai. Tennokai sword will pop in your screen when you perform a heavy attack. You will perform a heavy attack without consumption of combo multiplier. Also, Dreamer's Wrath will increase opportunity chance for Tennokai to pop by 50% and the critical damage by 32% for Tennokai attacks. Blood Rush for critical chance, stacks with combo multiplier. Primed Smite Corpus is multiplicative damage against the faction that you are fighting. You want to replace it every time you're fighting a different faction, alright? Now, if you don't like to do that, it's really simple and straightforward. Just equip Primed Pressure Point and you'll be good to go. Simple stuff. Galvanized Steel, let me put this one back right here. Boom. Galvanized Steel for critical chance and 2 times for heavy, but technically we're using it because the 120% critical damage increase. Shock and Touch for electricity, since we're running melee influence. On electricity status, 20% chance for elemental, not physical. Melee status effect to apply to enemies within 20 meters for 18 seconds. Cannot refresh while active. Condition overload. The more stats on enemies, the more damage you will be dealing. If you don't plan really on priming enemies, you can run Prime sure-footed and you'll be good to go. It even increases the base stats of that, and there is nothing wrong by running this together. Don't worry about it. It increases your base stats. Whipping Wound, 40% status chance for combo multiplier since we're running melee influence, and we got the slash almost reaching our electricity. Melee elementalist for statue damage and heavy attack wind up speed. But of course you can run the galvanized elementalist if you feel the status chance is not enough and you're not proccing melee influence quite frequently. Amalgam organ shatter for critical damage and heavy attack wind up speed. You don't really rely on the heavy attack, especially it doesn't work on the Dreamer's Wrath, so we use the normal organ shatter like so. And for the heavy build, we simply go Healing Blow, Galvanized Reflex, Sacrificial Steel, Sacrificial Pressure, Private Smithoric for Multiplicative, Galvanized Elementalist, Melee Influence, Shock and Touch, Amalgam Organ Shatter, and we're not relying on Tanukai at all, but of course you can equip Tanukai for here and there. Alright, now we're gonna keep just the light now and see how this goes. Now, for Companion, we're gonna be using Nautilus Prime, Gordon, Vacuum, Assault, Guardian, Manifold, Redirection, Tenacious Bond for critical damage increase if your sentient weapon has 50% plus critical chance. Shield Charger and Guardian that will work together to help your shield recharging. Reinforced Bond for fire rate for your guns. Primed Regen for sentient recovery. Verglass is the best sentient weapon in the game, so you need a Riven for it to reach the 50% plus critical chance, because without a Riven with critical chance, look at that, 42% only. Simple. Now, if you don't like Verglass Prime, it's okay. You can use Primed Laser Rifle, Volclock, or the Burst Laser Prime, and you'll be good to go. Now, let's test this on Simulacrum. And here we are, summoning level 230 Heavy Corrupted Gunners, activating Nourish, and look at that. We're already doing red crits, and we just like pretty much one-shotting them. They just don't know it yet. Now, any energy regenerate we'll use with third ability will consume our health. There you go, we have 2. Any ability I use right now, it will convert that stuff with Molt Reconstruct, and I'm back to the game. So you technically would never run out of energy with Garuda. Simple as that. Now let's try the heavy attack build. There we go. Boom. It's also straight forward build. It's not so hard to use. You're just going to be performing constantly a heavy attacks. Like so. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, and then we get the 5 kills, and then you'll be like thriving, baby, and taking everything on your way down. And of course, if you add, let's say, priming like so, and then you'll be doing millions of damage like you saw in the previous Garuda build that we did before the Exalted Weapon rework. Let's get some more enemies. Boom. This is like not fully armor stripped, of course, because they're gonna die anyway, but we can try and strip them really quick. Go. Boom, boom, boom. Easy as that. Okay. Now, of course, if you don't like to use the Molt Reconstruct, of course there is another way. For example, if you're running, like, say, Molt Augmented or something like that, all you can do is simply you go to your operator, and you'll be using this Arcane Magus Elevate. On transference in, 95% chance to restore 300 health to your Warframe. So you can drop it down and use any Arcane you like. Magus Lockdown to lock down enemies. Eradicate on operator ability 60% damage to amps for 8 seconds. And Eternal Onslaught on energy depleted 180% critical chance for 8 seconds. Now the amp I use is 177, Raplex Prism, Propa Scaffold, and Certus Brace. The Raplex Prism is a sniper, you get it from Cetus, and the Propa Scaffold and Certus Brace, you can get them from Fortuna. I have a full guide about amps, you can check it out. But this reaches the end. Garuda after the Exalted Weapon rework, 8 out of 10, a very solid, powerful Warframe. That's one. Two, I want to say thank you so much for everyone supporting me anyway. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, join my Discord, and follow me on TikTok. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated, and thank you for your support. Special thanks to Hall of members, special VIPs, and the Sweet Donator Hall of Donations, and everyone in my community. You guys are amazing, and I will see you guys next time.